Yo, yo. Yo. Welcome to Now That's Certificial, the podcast. It's your boy C. And this week we're gonna get into the mind of a snitch. I'm seeing a lot of different things on the internet. A lot of bloggers crucifying Wack 100 for his interview with Tekashi 6ix9ine. Jay-Z for his affiliation with Desiree Perez, the CEO of Rock Nation. And stay tuned. We're gonna get into it.
What do you say that? I'm talking to the niggas that's listening, young niggas that's coming up looking at me. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm gonna tell you like I love you. I don't even know you.
Yo, what's happening, man? It's your boy C. Welcome to Now That's Certificial, the podcast. Man, listen. For the last few weeks, I've been seeing and hearing a lot about the interview with Wack 100 and Tekashi 6ix9ine. We all know Tekashi 6ix9ine for his affiliation with the 9 Trey Gangsters, a blood set in New York, in which he was indicted on racketeering, weapon and drug charges, and end up turning state and getting them boys a bunch of time. The people I wanted to talk about today, they got a lot in common. Also, very different levels of affiliation in the street culture, but they also ultimately did the same thing, which was take the stand and rap. So yeah, let's get into it. I wanted to start with Alberto Alpo Martinez, better known as Alpo. Y'all might be familiar with the character Cameron played in Paid in Full, Rico. And Alpo was known for his charismatic persona, his fly, and just a real likable guy. He was ultimately indicted and pleaded guilty. He was indicted for his participation in a drug organization, murder for hire and things of that nature. He pleaded guilty to 14 counts of murder and served a substantial amount of time in prison. But he did take the stand, and in his words, he did what was best for him. But let me let you hear him say it for itself. Give it a listen.
Nothing of being a rat government witness, and I don't promote that. I promote you do what you got to do for you. I did what I did for me, and I walk in my truth. I walk in my truth. I'm not promoting you got to go tell, you got not. I did, even with telling like you say I did, and which I did, I still did 25 years. So what did that tell you? I'm not promoting being a rat, being a government witness. I'm promoting you get locked up. You do what you got to do. I know some more in there 50, 60 years right now. I know people who I talk to, and they say, listen, this, that, and other. Listen, you do what you got to do. I don't promote being a rat government witness. I promote do you. Because the code of the streets, that's where you're going to get poked up at. Because there is no code. Because what code is that you kill your mother against your mother because you're trying to get at him? I didn't live by that code.
Okay.
So where the code at? I need the rule book.
All right. But that's what I'm saying. I want me and you to sit down and do a full-blown joint where you defend what you say. I want you to defend.
Listen,
No,
I'm gonna walk
and
on my truth.
And
Because at the end of the day, you call me a rat, government witness, whatever. Don't ever forget,
you're a
I'm
man.
still a man.
You know what I mean? But that's where I'm at. So, you know, I want us to sit down because I want the youth to really hear both sides, how this thing is played out. I don't want them to, because if you don't, then use a rat and use this and use that.
That was Alpo in his own words, speaking on his situation. I see a lot of old gangsters or old street guys who may have gotten their life together, and I see them on some they try to play the civilian card. And I feel like this, man. If you were ever a part of that culture, if you were ever a part of that street culture, and for your time in the culture, you played by those rules, you played by the street rules, you played it, you know, how it go. I don't think you ever abandon those things. I think you never really abandon your principles, man. I think that's something that's just gonna always be with you. If it was truly in you, then it's gonna always be in you. I don't know, man. It's no justifying ratting. You know what I'm saying? If you played the game, if you was part of the game, you gotta take what come with it. It's almost a given. It's almost like, you know, when you're in the streets, you know what come with it. You know the consequences of your actions. You know what I'm saying? You either, you know, you could end up dead or in jail. And in some cases, people make it through. In a lot of cases, people make it through. And live to tell the story. But you gotta know the consequences of your actions. You gotta know what comes with it, and you gotta be willing to take what comes with it. You know what I'm saying? I see I feel like, you know, especially with the Alpo situation, I see a lot of people try to try to glorify telling. You know what I'm saying? And it's almost like we in a time where nobody's being held accountable for their actions. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's my message, man. If you win it, begin it all the way. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not with what comes with it, then maybe it's not the game for you. You know what I mean? The streets, man, that shit is dead anyway. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's my take on that. Somebody else I wanted to talk about was and I'm using these different examples because Alpo, he's even though he told, he's still a New York legend. You know what I'm saying? He's still a street legend to those guys. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? This next guy, Salvatore the Bull Gravano, is better known as Sammy the Bull, a Gambino underboss to John Gotti, who also ratted, who who pleaded guilty to or confessed to 19, his involvement in 19 murders, and him too served a substantial amount of time, and was let go because of his cooperation. And let's listen to his justification for what he did.
Tipping point was John says, I got a way where I could beat this case. He tells me and Frankie, my guys are going to go over all the documents and tapes. We'll take care of that. You guys are not allowed to listen or read them. That's one of the conversations, and I said, John, I'm indicted on 2-3 murders, a couple of conspiracies to murder. I'm facing life without parole. I can't listen to a tape or read a transcript. I can't fight for my freedom. That's the way it's going to be. The boss is the boss. The boss must go free. The thing I wouldn't think of was ratting. That was like the unthinkable, the untouchable. And I'm thinking now, that's exactly what he's doing. He's giving me up to the government. Now, what the fuck is the difference whether he's taking the stand, he's backing the tape up? What's the difference what position he's taken? He is now arranging for me to be convicted and do life without parole while he hits the streets. It's a rat move. If you don't want to call him a rat, don't call him a rat. It's a rat move. And I said, think about this, John. Think about it carefully. Is that exactly what you want to happen? It's got to be that way, Sammy. That's just the way it is. You got to go down for me to go out. I said, all right, then let's do it. If this is what this whole thing boiled down to, killing each other, not only killing each other, but we're putting each other away and we're doing fucking unheard of things. If this goes in Austria, it goes in Austria.
And ultimately, that's what led him to turn state on John Gotti and the whole shit. Not just the Gambino family, but the whole mob. Again, he tried to justify his actions based on him believing that John Gotti was gonna rat him out. And I just believe if you man, if you solid, just be solid, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't control what the next man gonna do, but you can control yourself. And I just think if you solid, you solid. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna just wake up one day and decide you're gonna tell if you hadn't already been thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? Again, you know what I'm saying? If it's in you, it's in you. And apparently that's just something that's in you, you know what I mean? Yeah, and there you go, 2 examples of two street guys, both with double-digit murders. One just probably what the Italian mob would call a low-level street hustler. And Alpo and Sammy the Bull, again being a underboss to John Gotti and the Gambino family. Just showing you the parallels and just the justification for ratting and trying to understand, which we'll probably never understand if you solid to something that I'm sure you'll never understand, because I don't understand it. Why a motherfucker gonna rat? You know what I'm saying? I don't understand it. I understand the fact that you wanna be home with your family or whatever it is. Well, I mean, we all do. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to be behind that wall, but the solid ones take what come with it, and that's just a part of the game. You know what I mean? And I wanted to get into Tekashi 6ix9ine, of course. Daniel, Tekashi 6ix9ine, Hernandez, an affiliate, and at the time was the face of the 9 Trade Gangsters, a New York blood set, and many people believe this kid was smarter than all the guys he was around. He was pretty much a kid, you know what I mean, amongst men, and almost manipulated the whole situation to work in his favor, even from the very beginning. Having the backing of one of the most powerful gangs in New York City at the time, again being the face of it, and you know, he used that shit to his advantage, which ultimately gained him leverage in the streets and in the music business. Recently, Wack 100 sat down with him. This must have been a meeting of the trolls, because I mean, we all know Tekashi is one of the founding fathers to trolling, and Wack 100 is ain't too far behind. I don't know what drove him to sit down with Tekashi, but I don't want to sit down with him. You know what I'm saying? We all know the story. There's no need to get no whole bunch of clarity on it. And I did watch some of the interview, and I don't disagree with everything that surprisingly that Wack 100 spoke on in the interview. But again, I don't agree with the meeting itself. So, you know, it is what it is. I believe if Wack don't get a grip of you know, I feel like he got a lot of pride issues, a lot of ego shit with him. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to these youngsters nowadays, I've recently seen him on Clubhouse, arguing with Trav, which is an old affiliate of 50 Cent in G Unit. I also seen him on there arguing with 21 Savage, and it's just like, man, at some point, you know what I mean, I understand you don't want to be no you ain't no sucker and all that old good shit, and niggas respect that, but you know what I mean, sometimes you just gotta stay the fuck out the way. You know what I mean? And yeah, that's all I really wanted to touch on the boy Tekashi and that whole situation with Wack 100 and the non-trade gangsters. This next person, I've been seeing Jay-Z catching a lot of flack for his affiliation with Desiree Perez, the CEO of Rock Nation, and I'm not sure the wife or ex-wife of longtime friend and business partner of Jay-Z, OG Juan Perez, and it said that she was caught with multiple kilos, and took the stand against the cartel and received a Trump pardon before Trump got out of office. And she's the CEO of Rock Nation. A lot of people giving Jay-Z flack for the simple fact that he employs and basically has a rat in the building. I've sat with this for a while. I've been hearing it for a while, and I don't feel like you could really judge Jay-Z, his character, based on who he does legitimate business with. I mean, you don't go to work and say you're not gonna work with a snitch, because you probably wouldn't be working with you probably wouldn't have too many coworkers. You know what I'm saying? Because they out here. He's no longer in the streets, so the fear of him having a rat around shouldn't really exist, because long she upholds her title and does her business to a T, it's no reason to judge her based on her past affiliation and the things she's done in the streets as an employer. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my take on it. No, I don't want to be around a known rat under no circumstances. You know what I'm saying? If I know that you're a rat and we have to be in each other's company, then I'm naturally just gonna distance myself. But man, do you know what I'm saying? I don't plan on letting you in my business or plan on doing any illegal business for that matter at all. So, you know what I mean, to each his own. I just feel like we talking about all grown folks at the end of the day. Tekashi probably being the youngest of the people we discussed today, but no excuse. We all know the natural order of becoming a man and growing into ourselves. We know from a very young age that nobody likes to snitch, And I hear a lot of people say, well, if you telling your homeboy this, and I almost feel like they saying, oh, don't tell on your homeboy, but it's okay to tell on somebody that's not your homeboy. You understand? And I just feel like, you know what I mean? It's an old cliche that us guys from the streets use, and it's like, yo, I don't want to see nobody in jail. You know what I'm saying? And it's just you gotta stand firm on that. You know what I mean? You do the crime, you gotta be prepared to do the time, and that's the ultimate accountability for it. It's just what comes with it. I just want y'all to know, if I got any young listeners, it's not worth it, man. It's just not worth it. I say that to say, you probably better off just going to get a 9 to 5. It ain't too much more money in the streets, no way. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Do what works for you. But I'ma always suggest flying straight and narrow. You know what I mean? But, you know, some of us just gotta learn from experience. I was one of those kids. So with that being said, man, if you're new to the channel, like, comment, subscribe, turn on the notifications so you can get this content every time it drops. It's your boy C. It's now that Certificial the podcast, and I'm out. Peace.
You niggas that would even say that. I'm talking to the niggas that's listening, the young niggas that's coming up looking at me. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm gonna tell you like I love you, and I don't even know you.